Greetings. First and foremost, Holy Spirit, casting away all dark energies sent to harm or disturb me, my loved ones, and you. To begin this reading, I am going to start out with some oracle cards, okay? There definitely could be two people that don't get along. Okay, that was the first one to pop out. Yeah, with this Five of Wands, somebody's coming up is very messy. Somebody also could be like very argumentative as well. But with this Four of Swords energy, it's like you forgave this individual plenty of times. You know, you are the type of individual that you will forgive and forget. But it's like someone kept doing like the same things over and over and over again. Okay, I definitely could be talking to a 90s baby with this High Priestess card. You definitely follow your intuition, and you trust your inner knowing, right? With this Earth Angel card, it's like I'm definitely talking to somebody that is an Earth Angel. And with this Marine card, you have a lot of stability, and you also provide a lot of stability and happiness for others. So it seems as though somebody's like trying to be messy by not like getting along with you. It's like they see, yeah, some card came out. They see the joy, the light that you carry, and somebody's pretty much like being a hater. Yeah, so somebody's definitely like, they're kind of being a hater because they see how successful you are. They see how bright your light is shining, and they just want to try to dim that. And they also see that you're very focused, you know, because you're so focused, and, you know, the Most High is definitely giving you like the rewards for remaining focused as you've been. Okay, this individual wanted to block your success. They wanted to block your happiness. Yeah. But you continue to be moved by love. Like, even when you had moments in time when you were like feeling some type of way, you know, that could have been very unsavory. You know, you kept focused. You kept being moved by love. Like, And now this individual is lacking direction at this time because the Chariot came out in reverse, and then right after that came the Five of Pentacles. So they're not feeling excluded. And it's because you moved on. You're doing bigger and better like without them, and they definitely feel some type of way. The Hierophant card flew out and flipped over a couple times on the side. You're definitely standing as a leader, as the Hierophant in the upright position, and this individual that keeps trying to hold on to your energy, they're definitely coming out as the Hierophant in reverse, as to where they're pretty much a follower. You know, you remain rebellious while they just trash. With this with this Emperor card, you definitely are an authority figure. You could be a parent. You could be somebody that really steps in your boundaries, and you know, you stand on those boundaries because you're realizing that it is healthy to have boundaries, and it is also healthy to respect another's boundaries. And then it's also like helpful, and it helps things move smoother, especially when it comes to you. With individuals that do respect your boundaries. You're no longer trying to like overlook red flags. Yeah, and it's because you're healing yourself. You're healing yourself every time that you stick up for yourself. You're healing yourself every time that you stand in your boundaries. Okay? And it's also caused you to like really start to trust yourself more. You know, you're not that insecure person that you were in the past. Like, you really believe in yourself. And you know, that's why these motherfuckers is mad. Why they mad, Spirit? Because your wish fulfillment is here, and you're realizing that you are the wish fulfillment, you know. So expect to feel more satisfied. Okay, you definitely have a lot of good things coming towards you that are going to bring in a lot more feelings of happiness and joy. Okay, but it is prevalent that you stand on these boundaries and also practice discernment. Okay, you're no longer like ignoring the signs that are showing you an individual is possessive, showing you that an individual is greedy. Like, you definitely need to follow like your intuition, pretty much, because we got the Ace of Cups. So like, you express yourself, you know, you express yourself through the way you walk, through the way you talk, through the way you dress, to the way you smile. Hell, I don't know, but you know, you have cleared a lot of emotional blockages, and it wasn't easy for you to get to this point, you know. And you know, now you're truly loving yourself, and you're fully standing in that power and not letting nobody play with you, not letting nobody emotionally manipulate you in some type of way. Okay, and then you also have somebody in your energy that's kind of nosy. Yeah, but they've been like that, and you like overlooked it, like, oh, whatever, you know, this person might just care about me. No, that motherfucker is nosy. Okay, because the way that they get excited, like if you're telling them something's going wrong compared to when you tell them something's going right, on how their energy shifts, definitely pay attention to that, okay? Because these individuals, like anybody, like they're no longer able to hide it. Like the truth is being revealed whether they like it or not. If they're a bitter bitch, it's gonna show that they're a bitter bitch. If somebody is caring about you and they really want to see you succeed, that's gonna show, because the veil is lifted. Like these individuals are no longer like able to have these masks up, okay? So, you know, and also like don't be afraid to tell the truth as well, because you're definitely living in your truth, but don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, and also speak up for others, like speaking up for what is right. You know, right is right and wrong is wrong. All right? Because right now you are processing your feelings at this time, especially when it comes to how you express yourself. And it has to do with how you're expressing yourself when it comes to these karmic like energies. Like you don't want to fight fire with fire, but then you also don't want to be passive, okay? Definitely meditate so you can help to ground your energy and really follow your intuition on how to respond to certain situations, because there's gonna be situations where you're gonna have to defend yourself, and there's gonna be situations where you are gonna have to just walk away. All right, remaining grounded is gonna help you to do that. And then also healing those childhood wounds and those childhood traumas, that will also help you release any constructs of the past, which makes you feel like you are doing something wrong when you're actually doing something right. Okay, clarify this Hangman, Holy Spirit. Yeah, like you have a lot of emotional stability, okay? You could have, like, you could be a person that has a lot of, like, family members that aren't emotionally stable, okay? These individuals, like, refuse to heal, and that's probably why, like, you separated yourself from these individuals, and it's caused you to become very grounded, very much Queen of Pentacles type of energy. Like, this fresh start, new beginning that you're on, especially when it comes to following your instincts, it's something new because you didn't really have a guidebook. You really had the Most High guiding you through this whole way. So you need to realize that, you know, following your intuition has brought you this far, you know, and you have a clear direction of where you're going. You can see it and you can feel it. So definitely stand in that power, okay? Continue to love yourself and also nurture yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Because you are definitely the star. I'm talking to somebody that is a spirit guide, as to where, like, when people see how or hear like how much you have been through, you are a story of inspiration for someone to realize, like, okay, it's not all bad in the world, you know, like there are good people out there. Like, you went through that, damn, like I need to keep pushing and keep going, because what I went through is not this is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely inspire like a lot of people, and it's because of your perseverance, okay? Your intuition is definitely guiding you towards some type of harmonious relationship, okay? And it's wild that this came out, because I started thinking about this dream, and I actually had this dream like recently, to where like I was in like a space, and then there was someone. This is kind of random, but it was like a pool, like a swimming pool, and it's like people were in there and they were making like waves in the pool, but like the way that it came up is like the waves were super high, kind of like a tsunami. And then it's like when I walked out of like the building, there was like a long line of people like going down like the block. And then it's like the next thing I remember is like being inside of some type of like cafeteria type of area, you know, like an eating area with like the big tables and stuff. And then there was someone, it was a male, but like I don't remember like how his face looked, but he did seem very familiar, like his spirit. So it's giving me that that individual could have represented divine masculine, because it's like he was holding my hand and guiding me through like the crowd. It was like a bunch of wild stuff, and that made me like really think about it at this time when it comes to you following your intuition, is because these harmonious relationships that you are currently manifesting at this time, you guys are going to help lead each other out of the darkness, you know, when it comes to the big waves that these people are creating. And then it's like a line down the block of all these individuals that want to contribute to that wave, and here you go with your soul tribe just weaving through it, you know. And that's how your journey is gonna be. You know, there's gonna be a lot of individuals that are, you know, they are committed to just growing, being like karmic, you know? But it's like you being at peace with the decisions that you're making is definitely helping like your forward momentum, okay? It is heavily reliant that like you follow your intuition, okay? There's a lot of choices you have to make. You know, God has blessed us with having free will, but at the same time, like, which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna go towards the light, or are you gonna go towards the dark? You know, it's all through the choices and the decisions that you make that contribute to if you are enlightened or not, if you will be enlightened or not, if you're gonna stand in the divine power, okay? Because not everyone is chosen, okay? Many are called, few are chosen, okay? So the Most High chose you to stand in this power, you know, to practice tough love, to not let people walk all over you, but to also not be a tyrant. Okay, you were blessed with this power, and you have the type of self-control that, you know, is admired. Yeah, because it's like when it comes to these actions you're taking, the way that you kept getting back up when you got knocked down, like the Most High is proud of you. Okay, so you got to stand in that power, okay? Yeah, like it keeps coming out like with this karmic energy is because someone wants to like wreak havoc on your life. Like they want you to have conflicts and turmoils and things of that nature, but while they're trying to, every time that they try to conjure up something to like bring some type of conflicts or battles into your life, you literally get blessed with a new opportunity to move forward. Like literally it's lining up. Yeah, like there's someone that like they put off the illusion to others as if they're balanced, as if they're strong spiritually or even in the 3D, but it's all an illusion, and it's all getting illuminated at this time because you are the individual that is standing in your power. You are the individual that this person made themselves out to be. And as you continue to rise into power, and as you continue to have this forward momentum and remaining balanced and courageous and also practicing self-control, somebody is definitely being seen as the fraud that they are, because they just was trying to stir up trouble. And it's like once you stop giving to them, that's when shit just crashed down for them. Like they're going through some intense type of karma. Meanwhile, the Most High is being generous with you because the Most High wants you to experience what it feels like to be poured into, okay? You usually pour into others, and the Most High wants to give you these blessings and this fulfillment so you can really feel it and see it, so you can 100% be on that path to know like thank you, you know, to have those blessings, to not have the same struggles that you have had in the past, because you've healed enough to be ready for these blessings and be able to keep these blessings because of the solitude that you're in, okay? Because you had to be put in solitude, because if you would have got these blessings, I promise you, you would have like gave it all away. You would have gave it all away. If you got this windfall of blessings in the past, you would have just gave it all away. Okay, and that is why the world is definitely in your hands at this time. Okay, you closed out of a very toxic cycle. You broke a very sinister generational curse. Like you definitely have moved in the right direction, so continue to step out of your comfort zone every day. Okay, make sure you're taking the time to do something that you love, you know, something that makes you feel love, makes you feel joy. Like if you don't have other individuals surrounding you pouring into you, set boundaries with those individuals and pour into yourself, okay? Yeah, there was somebody in your energy that was waiting to do something to you, but now they're stuck. They cannot do that shit anymore. Closing messages, Holy Spirit. Yeah, and it's because you're in the spotlight. You're literally in the spotlight with the divine. You have Archangel Michael protecting you. And if you don't know who Archangel Michael is God's biggest hitter, okay? You have a lot of deserved success coming your way because you are in the spotlight with the divine. So, like, when these individuals try to attack you, it's literally making you glow more. It's making your confidence even bigger. Like, somebody's definitely salty because they really can't do shit, bro. The Hermit card came out right after that. So it's prevalent that you continue to soul search. You continue to journal. There's a lot of things being illuminated at this time. And it has to do with secrets that someone kept, or like some rumors that someone tried to tell. It's definitely being seen as that person was like the type of person that they made you out to be is exactly who they are. You didn't even have to say anything. Yeah. And that's crazy. Somebody was bugging. I ain't even gonna hold you, because the things that were said was horrible. And your blessing for moving with grace when it came to this and not retaliating is your horizons expanding. Okay, you definitely have a lot of deserved success coming your way, but it's prevalent that you don't doubt yourself. Okay, because right now you are achieving balance. You're achieving balance when it comes to standing in this divine power. Okay, you're realizing that no, you're not moving in your ego space. And it's not being egotistical to stand in your divine power, okay? Because when it comes to ego, you're doing that to receive some type of satisfaction for garnering up negative emotions in somebody else. That's not what you're doing. You're loving yourself, and you're showing the world, you're showing the Most High how much you love yourself. You're not hurting anybody by loving yourself. Okay? So make sure you're continuing to achieve this balance and do whatever the fuck you want. Because the Most High knows your heart. You're not moving in the bad direction. You're not moving with like bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like someone, like there could be an individual that could have the same divine powers that you do, and they would do horrible things. Okay? And you can see it. You can see it in the media. It's the same like thing you think of when you think of celebrities, and it's like they get famous, or even somebody goes viral or something, and then they just go crazy, and it's like, ooh, I did not know you was that type of person. Like that's the same thing when it comes to standing in your divinity, and that is exactly why many are called, but few are chosen. All right? So don't feel insecure about like standing in your power. It's not a bad thing to stand in your power. There's also somebody in your energy that's very confused at this time. Why are they confused? Oh, somebody's confused because they did a lot of work to try to attack you in the dream state, and now they realize that they couldn't fucking do it. And they ass is going through judgment. They're going through motherfucking karma. And meanwhile, your wheel of fortune is your karma, because you are getting back the energy that you put out into the universe. And if you know that you put out good energy into the universe, it is going to come back tenfold. Meanwhile, flip the script. These individuals that put out negative energy into the universe, they are getting that shit back 10 motherfucking fold. If this resonated, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Continue to live in love and light. Bye.